Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video, and today we're doing something a little bit different. So, as I mentioned in my previous video, I was going to start doing a weekly recap, per se, of Genshin Impact content. So, Saturdays are my time for Australia, so Friday for some people, but Saturday for me, I'll be looking back at everything that happened in the week for Genshin Impact, be it Twitter posts, leaks, um, event releases, event completions, um, patch releases, anything really like that. I'll be going over anything that I find, anything that I see, showing you guys, and just trying to get information out, let everyone know what's happening in Genshin Impact. So let's get started. First bit of news that we got here is, honestly, it was on the screen as before. We got a bit of a housing system update, a bit of information on that, a small little thread that we can look at a few questions here. I'm not going to go too detailed into it. I'm going to leave the link down in the description if you guys want to check it out yourself. But again, miHoYo got asked a bunch of questions about the housing system and a bunch of like daily stuff and a bunch of like quality of life stuff. And a few key ones to look at is like, can you choose which region rather, your commissions start in, so you can have a preference, you know, travelers choose their daily region, blah 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 blah. You know, what are the higher load limit for your Serenity Teapot? Will you be able to grow vegetables in the Serenity Teapot? So a bunch of cool questions here. They do actually have some solid answers, so you can actually grow vegetables. They will be expanding the load limit, and there's a massive question for Kazuha, which is quite a cool question if you guys want to look into that. But other than that, they answered a few questions here. The link will be down in the description. But they as always, they're gonna do this in the future. Just answer a bunch of questions that people have. When will Paimon be able to enter the Serenity Teapot? Soon, I guess. But yeah. Next, if you guys haven't been playing Genshin Impact at all in the past 2 days or in the past day or so, a new event is up. The Kaboom Ball Combat. I've already uploaded the first challenges done. I'll leave a link to that also in the description. But this is a new event currently where you play tennis with a cannon. I assume you play tennis with this little monstrosity thingy, and it's a little fun event. You go to somewhere in the Golden Apple Archipelago, and you just play tennis. It's a little fun mini game that you can get primo gems. I think there's about, let's say, 400 or so primo gems that you can possibly get, maybe 300 and something. To look forward to over the next 4 days, I think, or the next 3 days, something like that. You can look at the full details. I'll leave the links to these as well in the description. These aren't too intuitive in terms of the actual miHoYo lab thingy. You're better off just going into the actual game and looking at the event details there. They've got a new shop and everything, so new event up, go do it, get primo gems, win. Next, we've got this new Google Play event. I'm not sure if to call it an event, but it's like a collab thing that Genshin Impact is doing with Google Play. And so what they're doing is you can buy like gift cards in your like local shops. You can go like to a physical store or purchase it online, and you can get cool rewards. Like like the mainly furnishings is mainly a cosmetic thing, so don't be too alarmed. It's not going to give you a power advantage or anyway in terms of your character strength. This is just for redeemable furnishings. So you can get a Google chair, Google table. I don't know if anything else, but how it works is in your local stores, sometime in the next day or maybe even now, you can go grab a Genshin Impact redeemable card. I assume you can also buy them online. You can just get a code online. Though miHoYo does kind of somewhere say that like, if you're scared that you might buy a bat or like a scam card or something like that, do buy one in physical if you're scared of that kind of thing. Other than that, follow instructions clearly on miHoYo's website. Personally, I won't be doing this. I don't care much for specific furniture. I do want to see what it looks like though, because I think that would be cool. I feel like it might be Google themed, but this is something that's happening. You can get some cool furniture, and yeah, have fun with that. So moving on to some of the bigger news, we've got Kazuha's release. We have the new 5-star that was released on Monday or Tuesday, somewhere around that time. I'm not quite sure. It was this week. Kazuha was released. He's a new animo sword wielding character, 5 stars obviously, and not much really to go on him. I've already done a little bit of a review on him. I'll leave a link to that as well if you guys want to check out a review of him. I just give a bit of a positive, negative to his character, and go over like if I would, how I would recommend him, or what situation I would recommend him in. On top of that, a new sword was released. I'm not going to really read it, but it's an elemental mastery sword, a 5-star base attack 608. If you want it, go for it. If you don't want it, don't go for it. You know, I can't really recommend it. I haven't really looked into it, but it was released nonetheless. Obviously, a new banner, or new weapon banner to completely. There's also another bow here, or something like that. I think there's a new bow, not too sure. And in general, you know, there's a new banner with the characters. So in Kazuha's banner, back to that, you can get Bennett, Rosario, or Razor. So if you're lacking in Bennett constellations or Rosario constellations, or even Razor constellations at this point, I don't know how, be sure to roll on it. If you don't want them, don't roll on it. It's that simple. But yeah. Moving into the actual game, we're going to check out some of the stuff that's happening here. So if we come up to the event tree, we've got the Vagabond Sword event. If you haven't done this event, it ends in about 4 days, so you have a few more days to actually do all the challenges. I've uploaded all 7 challenges. I won't leave the actual link to these, but I have covered them somewhere. Not really guides, but more so just showcases. From this, you can get a bunch of rewards. If you try to get a high score, you can get a limited time name card. If you really do want just limited time only stuff, I'd recommend doing this. You don't have to put too much effort in for the name card. But if you really do want limited time stuff and you're not wanting to miss out on, you know, small cosmetics, then I'd recommend doing this as moderately fast as possible. It's not too hard. The next thing that we're going to look at is the Echoing Tales. So this isn't ending anytime soon. We still got about, you know, 2.5 weeks really to do this event. Pretty much when to expect this event to finish, by the end of 1.6. So if you see the 1.7 stream, if you know that information about 1.7 is coming, I recommend sitting down and doing this if you haven't already. It's not too difficult. I did 3 videos covering all the locations. I will leave a link to this because this is slightly more difficult if you kind of like if you're just kind of not a person that likes looking into things, or you just kind of don't look around. I will leave a link to these just because it's a bit of a find and search, whatever. But do get this. What you're getting is a bunch of Primo Gems. So if we go into the rewards here, you're getting a lot of Primo Gems. Well, that's like 200, 300, something like that. But more importantly, what you're getting is this Barbara skin. If you're left to the left here, you have a Barbara skin. The reason I recommend you getting it now instead of later is because right now you don't have to pay real money. You wait till the skin disappears, it'll go into the item shop or the skin shop, outfit shop, whatever you want to call it. It'll go in there for about 1,600 Genesis crystals, I think it was. I'm not too sure how much, but it's around 1,600 Genesis crystals, and I'm not sure how that much, or like what that translates into. I think that translates into like maybe $10. Not too expensive, maybe, but you know, if you can get it for free, why not, eh? So I recommend doing the Echoing Tales to get the Barbara skin ASAParoni. With Kazuha's release came the quest line. Now this is not a quest line specifically for Kazuha. This is a quest line more tailored to the story. So this is chapter 2 prologue. This is the story leading up to the travel to Inazuma, because in maybe 1.7 or 1.8 we're actually going to be traveling to Inazuma. So this is not a quest for the character himself, so you won't need to use a key to unlock it. And it's also, you're not going to get to play him as a playable character, but this does have a bit of interesting story where Kazuha is introduced. He has a few cool like voice lines in there. I did a cover of the story itself. I don't know what you want to call it. I just did a small RP playthrough of the story, or of the quest rather. If you want to check that out, go for it. But it's not anything too major, just a small introduction to a few characters and a few of a bit more content in terms of the main story. 3, 2, 1. And last but not least, we're going to cover these two kind of in the same one just because they're not too major, but you've got the test runs. So you've got the test runs of all the new characters in the banner. You got Kazuha, Rosaria, Bennett, and Razor. If you want to check those out and get a bit of rewards, you got 20 primos, 6 books, 3 crystals, and 15,000 mora. Go check that out. Do it right now. And second thing is the Spiral Abyss reset sometime this week. I'm not exactly sure, but if you're into Spiral Abyss and getting extra rewards, go do this. Obviously, as per usual, 600 primos, 24 level up books, a lot of mora, a lot more books, and a lot more crystals, and a bunch of artifacts. So that's Spiral Abyss and the test run there. Back into the website, or back to the browser, back to Paimon's Twitter profile. We've got a few things that are ending. We've covered stuff that's already live. We're going to look at the stuff that's ending or ended, and stuff that is incoming in the future in the next coming few weeks. What's coming out? What's happening? So what's ended is Paimon's new challenge with new goals. Paimon's quiz event that's ended. It went from the last month's 25th to 27th. So missed out. If you missed out on this, it's no big deal. You just get a bunch of mora. It is what it is. You answered a bunch of questions. Another thing that's ended pretty much today, or maybe like in the coming hours, is a Distance Voyage, Kazuha's little web event where you build a boat for him. This is ending in the next coming hours. I don't know this exact time. I'd assume that's later tonight, but nevertheless, it's ending very, very soon. If it's still not ended for you, I recommend go doing it if you're like on the last stages. But if you haven't really proceeded it or done it like much, you're not going to be able to get many rewards, if any at all. Another cool thing to be looking forward to is the actual Serenity Pod Appreciation event that they were hosting a while back. So this started in June 11th and it lasted to June 30th, so you can't currently do any more submissions. But the judging period has begun on July 1st and is going till August 1st, seeing as MiHoYo has to judge many submissions. And pretty much what this event is, if we just actually open it here, I didn't quite open it. What this event is, kind of you build your own Serenity Pot area. You can go down to here and you can get a bunch of rewards. So you build your own Serenity Pot and you submit it to MiHoYo through their website, like pictures or a video, and you can get a bunch of different rewards here. So I'm not going to go over the awards, but you can get a lot of primo gems if you do win. There's a bunch of winners. You get 15 runner-ups, brilliant creativity, so on and so forth, condemned winners, or commended winners, sorry. So there's a bunch of rewards, and so obviously here you've got the submission period, judging period, winners notice August 2nd. So look forward to that in the coming month or so. But the reason I mentioned this one is because there's cool keychains and acrylic stands that are coming with this. So I thought it was a cool thing to really just bring some attention to. And last but not least, we've got a new event coming in. How many days is that? It's gonna in about next week. I'll cover it in the next weekly update probably. But this event, the Never-Ending Battle event, is coming out in about 8 or 9 days, 7 or 8 or 9 days, somewhere around there. But if you remember back to some cinematics or some videos that were released of 1.6, my bad. They cover this event where you have to throw a ball at a target that continues the fight while you have to kill enemies and then throw another ball at a thing, and so on and so forth. So this is one of those events, or that event specifically, but it's another event where you get a bunch of primo gems, you get a bunch of books, mora, talent books, and just resources. So look forward to this in the coming days. I'll obviously do another cover of this. I'll cover everything to do with the event, all the challenges, events, anything that really happens with it. And if anyone is interested in this, I'm personally not interested, but I'll cover it anyway. The Adventurers Boost Bundle, round 6 available for limited time. It started on the 30th of June and now is lasting until the 14th of July. So you've got about 2 weeks to get it, purchase it, and you get a bunch of resources, I presume. And so that was the weekly recap of this week. I might label these in a certain way. I'll have to figure that out when I put the title in the video. But that was the weekly recap. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned some about new events, and look forward to a bunch of stuff. Do a lot of the things, mainly the Barbara skin. But yeah, that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit the like button if you did. Have a good day. Catch you all in the next one, and peace out.